welcome to Blackfeather Guild. Before we go in and say hi to the cast and get started with the show, I wanted to talk very briefly about viewer actions and a little bit about sponsors. So, first off, there's a number of ways that you can actually actively participate in the show through viewer actions. One of the easiest ways to do so is through retweeting the game tweet. You should see that somewhere in chat if it's not in there already. But you just click on that link and hit retweet, and for every 5 retweets that we get on that, it will add a bonus to the cast pool and the game master pool. Now, in most cases, that's going to be an extra d6 that they can add on to any roll. Basically, a great way to use that is if a player is almost meeting a DC, but they're just not quite there, they can grab one of those d6s from the cast pool, roll that, and then add that to their roll. Basically, is how that works. Same with the GM. So that's one of the easiest ways that you can participate that way. Another way is through guild coins. That's our Twitch channel points. If you look at the rainbow colored icon, it should have the Blackfeather Guild crest on it. It should be right below your Twitch chat box. If you click on that, it'll show you all the different things that you can get with those. The biggest one being plot points. Now, plot points, you can see an example right over here. They all work pretty much the same way. It's just a matter of how big of an impact they have. So for the example, when we've got 2 plot points, the player of your choice gets something moderately helpful or unhelpful. Enter any suggestions for the GM into chat, or you can have the GM come up with something entirely on their own. So just choose if you want it to be helpful or unhelpful to the party, and that's kind of how you can use them. You can throw in your own suggestions as well. How those work: 1 plot point is something trivially helpful or unhelpful. 2 is moderately, 3 is very, and 4 is very to the entire party. So if you want to do something to help the entire party or really throw a monkey wrench in their plans, 4 plot points will do that. So that's guild coins. And then finally, we've got donations. So if you want to help out with keeping the lights on in the place, so to speak, there's a number of ways that you can financially contribute. One of those being coffee.com/Raven or Raven.rocks. You can see both of those examples down there at the bottom. Those are the addresses to do direct donations. You can also do Twitch subscriptions or bits. Those work the same way. And then finally, Patreon. We've got a Patreon, which you should see in chat here any second, if it's not there already. And our Bard tier patrons and higher get credits towards viewer actions every month that they can use on any show that they would like. You just have to let us know in chat how you want to spend those, and then we'll hand those out. So some very cool stuff. Before we hop over to see the cast, one last thing to mention is a couple things on this chart here. We've already covered the D6 and the plot points, but the triple crits, what that means is you can gift auto critical successes. And you can, it's triple because you get 3. You can divvy those out however you'd like. You can do 2 to the cast, 1 to the game master, all of them to the game master, however you want to do it. So they work much like the D6s. The cast members just grab that when they're available and they really need them and use them. So it's pretty cool. And then finally, the last one, introduce an ally or enemy NPC. Just give us a brief description of what you want this character to look like, kind of their character concept and a name, and let us know if you want it to be an enemy or an ally to the party, and the GM will basically take that and run with it. So really cool ways that you can participate. Lastly, I just want to take a quick moment to mention our sponsors. If you look at the logos down below, that's who's sponsoring this episode, and we'll talk a little bit about that before we introduce everybody as well on the next scene. So yeah, check all this stuff out, and thank them for supporting us, and thank you for being here and watching. Let's go say hi to the cast.
Hello, welcome back to the Blackfeather Guild. I am your GM for this game, Matt Hoadley. We're going to do our normal, wonderful intros. We're going to be starting over with Nikki. Nikki, we're going to be introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself and about your character.
My character is Star, a dancer. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at talking about myself. I just like having fun when playing games.
Awesome. Lance, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. I am playing Raph. For one, Raph Chikwana, a doomed hero who's struggling against the darkness.
Very cool. Brian, how are you today?
Great, I'm doing great. Hi, my name is Brian. The character I'm playing is Edom or Nox. They are a legacy hero, who's relatively rebellious and, who's against the shadow of their family.
Awesome. Kat, how are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. I'm actually really excited that I found my crochet hook.
Nice.
But anyway, unrelated, I play. Oh my God, there's so many letters. ASDF, WTF, IDK, AFK, who is an alien or the outsider playbook from another planet who has decided to come and visit Earth on like a foreign exchange student program, and is really excited about this fun new world that they're living in that they've heard a lot about in the past.
All right, very cool. Leland, how are you today?
I'm doing great. I am Leland, also known as Leopold the Just. I will be playing the character Stone Strike, who is just a kind of a slacker metalhead kid who's been held back a few grades and doesn't really think much about himself, but he's slowly and painfully since puberty turning into an earth elemental. So yeah, he's just kind of dealing with that. Kind of sucks, but also kind of cool too, because he's like super strong and super tough, that whole thing.
All right, and last but not least, Stace, how are you doing?
Doing pretty good, Matt. How are you doing?
Hey, it's Friday.
It is Friday. Finally Friday. Yeah. So I go by Stace Windu around the internets, and my character is from the Scion playbook, and unlike Nox, has descended from a supervillain. So that's kind of their deal. She goes by Hacktivist as her superhero name because that is what she does. She also can control machines of all kinds, and it has some electrokinesis going on.
All right. Well, before we dive into our story today, we've got one little thing that I want to bring up for everyone that we didn't cover in our session 0. So collectively, our crew of intrepid teenage superheroes are a team. They have not chosen a leader yet. Maybe that'll happen this episode. Maybe it'll happen later. Maybe it won't happen. We'll see what they decide. That will be an organic decision y'all make. But y'all are a team, and that means y'all have a pool of team points. This is what the retweets and everything will go towards as well. I may sometimes just add a point in there for good role play, something like that. This is a resource that y'all can use as a team to do a cooperative move, overcome something really great together, shake off some group emotions, or you can totally use it selfishly. If you just need a +1, go nuts. You should probably have a good reason to explain to your team why you used up all their points yourself, but that's for you to decide. So Today, we are going to be moving our superheroes out of Camp Golden Oak. As always happens, summer comes to an end. Last night at the bonfire, y'all were told that y'all were going to be moving to Eon City. And now it is the next morning, but the character we're going to focus on first is going to be Aram. So Aram had gotten away from summer camp because his dad had been tapped to run it this year. And, understandably, Aram just wasn't doing that. But what you couldn't get out of Aram was the assignment to Eon City with the rest of the team. And you have been brought somehow to Camp Golden Oak this morning. So the first question I have for you, Aram, is how have you avoided your dad since you arrived?
Like before or now?
Now, this morning. Now that you've gotten on campgrounds, how have you avoided your dad?
Oh, very easy. I put myself in the most unrecognizable attire that my dad have never seen me in. I forgot to mention this in the beginning session, but Aram also has an umbrella. Now they have shrouded the umbrella with a different layer of fabric, so their dad won't recognize them. They have like this camel hat and like this very circular glasses, very baggy pants, and like long like sweater, like baggy sweaters and baggy shirt. It's just relatively looking unrecognizable.
All right. So the rest of y'all have done your morning routine, and y'all have been more or less herded over towards an open field. Hacktivist, you remember that this was the field where you were dropped off by helicopter months ago. So you're probably making some assumptions about this. Standing there in the field is an individual you don't recognize. Now, Aram, would they notice a family resemblance to your father?
Would who?
Would the rest of the party notice a resemblance between you and your father, or do y'all look pretty different?
I would say there is some resemblance in the eyes, but my eyes I have like sunglasses on, so
Okay.
they won't. Yeah.
So y'all don't recognize this random sixth kid, and y'all are all just standing in a field. The sun's barely over the horizon. No one let y'all have coffee this morning.
My character's just sitting on the ground with his legs crossed, like sort of picking through the grass for little wildflowers and stuff.
Around at the rest of them and just say, "Hi, is this Camp Golden Oaks?"
Yeah, you're at the right place.
Golden Oak, there's just one.
Well, there are actually several Golden Oaks here.
There's several Golden Oaks, but I don't think they're all here.
I don't know if these specifics are super relevant or whatever. Yeah.
Wait. I hope you're not here to like start here because it's over, man.
Yeah, I think
no, I already know it's over. I'm just here to be at the ending ceremony and just be on my way.
Oh, wait, I didn't know we could do that. I would have done that.
You should have yesterday.
Ooh, I'm sorry, am I here? Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's louder now.
All right, great. Cool.
But yeah, cool. Well, welcome. Stone Strike stands up and holds out his right arm, which is his normal, like fleshy arm.
I
to shake your hand.
I cool. I take it. I shake your hand. I just said, "Oh, nice beefy arms."
Yeah, what you see me kind of actually like sort of like hiding my left arm with shame. It's like basically just a giant solid chunk of thick stone and clay and grass. That's pretty much what the left side of my body is. Oh yeah. Sorry about that.
Well, what's there to apologize for?
Oh no, I didn't want to get any dirt on your shoes or anything.
No problem. I'm guessing you're the big guy around here.
Oh yeah, well there was this other guy. Totally kicked his ass, right, folks? You remember that?
Who's
Though that other big guy whose ass I kicked during the what was it? Sorry, during the capture the flag we did.
Ah,
I actually
Yeah.
got it
I
on
still
tape.
don't- I still don't understand why
I
the,
did too.
the flag needed to be captured.
I
mean,
explained it pretty clearly to you last time, so I don't really. I might tell you again
Right.
later.
They still weren't running.
honestly, you don't really need to understand it. I mean,
It's just a
It's
game,
not-
yeah.
yeah, it's not really anything. It gets very boring from time to time when you play it too much.
Yeah. Gotta spice it up by having like a tree fight, which is what I did.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway.
So are we all waiting for something, or
Yeah.
As you say that, conveniently enough, there is a roar of engines, and over the hill comes it looks like a jet plane, but it's bigger, longer, and is coming real quick, kind of right at y'all, and just like flares, banks, the engines rotate around, and the whole thing just settles to the ground. And in the cloud of smoke that rises from it, the audience can see School Days, Episode 2, The Deep End. And the dust clears with the panel swap, and walking out of the jet copter thing is Midnight Fox. In costume again, he just steps out, looks at the six of you, and just goes, good morning.
What's up?
Good morning, dude.
Morning.
Aram.
Activist just like looks away and down, just like.
Aram, it's good to see you.
I want to say it's mutual, but
Yeah, I understand. Anyway, this is y'all's ride to Eon City. I needed to come here and speak with a couple individuals, so y'all can borrow this. Don't put a scratch in it. In fact, don't touch any of it. Just sit down. It does all the flying.
Oh, I was about to ask. We're all like high school students. I didn't think anyone knew how to fly.
I float
We'll
and
fix that.
do not touch anything.
Okay, you can touch the floor and you can touch the chair.
I
And the
touch none of
seatbelts.
those things.
Good.
None of them.
we can't touch the seatbelts.
Oh, please make sure you're buckled up. Follow all safety instructions that the computer sends you.
It's just WTF interpreting things too literally.
I know, I'm just playing along.
Alright.
Well,
But who exactly do you need to talk to?
Don't worry about it. Not your father, actually. He's off doing something. I think rallying the younger kids. I'm sure he loves it.
One of your dad's friends?
My father's not here.
No, I mean, never mind. I'm sorry.
Your dad is here?
Yes.
Like a chaperone
Regrettably.
or something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to talk more about it. I can say it later as soon as we leave this place.
No hassle, no hassle. Understand.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get on this piece of proprietary tech.
I'm filming, by the way.
No hacking will be taking place at all.
I'm just like elbow stuff. Like shut up.
Midnight Fox just steps to the side and just gestures you all onto the plane.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So I filmed it coming down, and now I'm just filming, talking to chat. I look at Midnight Fox. Graphical, dude. Graphical.
He somehow face palms without moving any part of his body, and just kind of looks at you and just goes, "Remember what we talked about time and place, but you know, you're doing good. You're having fun. I can get behind that."
Hey. I'm here for a good time. And a long time.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how you feel at the end of the semester.
So, is this team basically a reality TV show with I Justin Tarash with his camera all over us or something?
What? Oh, I'm talking to my chat.
Right.
Raffles in the chat, boys. Let's go. Let's get those primers.
You're gonna live record everything?
I'm gonna live record me.
Oh, okay.
You should follow my band on SoundCloud.
Dude.
Oh, cool. What's it called?
Unborn Erection. We're a death metal band.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
That sounds radical.
that's something.
Yeah, it's a pretty terrible name. It's a pretty...
I mean, it's very paradoxical the more you think about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's
Like
go.
aliens and stuff.
Why don't we move on from here? Also, a Stone Strike made this little video. Raph turns the phone around, and it says Stone Strike makes a friend, and it's just Stone Strike and Arab's first conversation.
Oh,
Now, do you want
jeez.
me to? There's like he's obviously sent it off somewhere because there's like this like nice like sentimental music in the background. do you want me to post this, or do you want to post this?
Huh,
It's looking pretty good. I'm pretty
I don't
sick.
look too bad in the shot. Though I would like, word of caution, maybe consent, and some time to put on my makeup, aesthetic wise, but even costume.
Right.
But yeah, sure. I mean, if you're down for it, Stone Strike, is that your name?
Yeah, Stone Strike. Yeah, I mean, I'm still tooling it around. I could come up with a different name if you have one.
No, it suits you for the most part.
So as the three camera boys climb into the plane, activist IDK star, what are y'all doing while all of this is happening?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I floated into the plane and I literally touched nothing. Like I don't have to, so I won't. I also want to like telepathically mention to Hacktivist that I have never been to Disney World and I think that might be fun.
Activist projects back. It's not. It's expensive and it's not.
We have a plane to get on the other side of the entry fee. And snacks. We have snacks, correct? And I turn to Star.
Star is
Out loud.
eating all the snacks. Not a lot of the snacks.
Oh, there are
And ignoring
plenty of
everything else.
snacks.
Well,
You
she's
underestimate how much you can eat.
eating a lot, and just ignoring everything else.
All right. So the everybody can get in and settle themselves down. There are a bunch of very comfy, think private jet style seats. Except what y'all learn pretty quick is that you can kind of rotate and pivot them and kind of shift them around on some tracks while still being safely buckled in. And they can kind of all operate there. Each chair has like a storage locker above it that you can put a bag or something in if you need to. And once y'all are all in and buckled down, or in the case of IDK, who presumably has not, since they haven't set foot on there, has not registered any sort of weight or anything that might trip a sensor in the flight system to let them know that someone isn't safely buckled down. The computer's just kind of ignoring your presence and assuming you can deal with yourself. A mechanical voice comes over the intercom and says, "Departing now. Arrival in Eon City projected at 3 hours." Y'all hear a little rumble, but y'all don't feel anything as the plane lifts off and begins jetting away. How do y'all spend the first, let's say, half of the flight? About an hour and a half to kill. What are y'all doing? Real quick rundown of what each of your characters is doing with their time on an airplane.
Oh yeah, Hacktivist would have immediately started to work on not setting off any alarms when she takes off her restraints, and then just scoped out the plane, just checking everything out. Not necessarily trying to hack it, but just, she has an interest in machinery like this.
The front of the plane is sealed off. There is not even like a doorway or anything that you can see. The back of the plane has what looks to be a passable galley. There's enough material in there that you could probably cook a pretty dang good meal if you really wanted to. And a little further back is a pretty nicely apportioned bathroom that's got like a shower in it. Like it's not luxury, but it's just like a couple square feet away from being able to have a bathtub installed.
She would look until she found some sort of panel to hook into. So maybe she start messing around.
Okay. We'll come back to that. What are some other people doing on the flight?
Is there any sort of a role or something that to see whether or not I can actually like keep up with not like face planting at the back of the plane when it takes off, or like
I'm going to assume comic book physics is in effect and you're just doing it.
Okay.
You're like repelling yourself off of the floor at an angle. I don't know. There's comic book logic happens and you're somehow able to move around just fine without touching anything.
Okay, cool.
Raphael, what are you doing?
Okay. I think since these characters, besides Aaron, have spent 2 months together, it's kind of been revealed that the whole influencer persona is more of a public thing rather than a all the time thing. So he's probably actually just sitting quite quietly, not really doing too much, kind of enjoying the silence and making little constructs in his hand as time goes on. So makes a little deer, makes into a hawk, and makes it into an elephant, and just kind of does that. I'm just sitting around.
All right. What are the rest of y'all doing?
I'd probably just grab a few honey buns or something from the snack pile and I don't know, kind of hang out. Try to hang out with everybody, but more like a third wheel kind of more than anything. just sort of laughing at people's jokes.
All right. Aram, Star, what are y'all doing?
I could go first, but I would imagine Aram to just honestly spend the entire hour observing everyone else, since they've they've known everyone the least, but they have a feeling that they're probably going to be like a team essentially. So they're observing and trying to get a gist of everyone's superpowers. They kind of got the stone, like, deal with Stone Striker, trying to figure out Raph. Kind of get gist of Stace, as they're probably a little enthralled at what she is currently doing. And I would also imagine, since they're able to manipulate shadows to help AS WTF, like levitating, so like to help them basically maneuver around subtly without them noticing.
All right. And I imagine Star's just chowing down on the snacks, just going to town on the snacks, right?
Oh, yeah. And when she like has a minute between eating, she'll probably try to like look at the seats and snoop wherever she can.
Okay. So let's hop over to Hacktivist real fast. We're going to roll some dice.
Yeah. This is where Hacktivist crashes the plane.
I was waiting for that.
You know, I had other plans, but if you're just going to disable engines, we can just go that way. That's fine.
Try to disable the engine.
It's not intentional. Look, remember 1 through 6 is a failure, 7 to 9 is
Oh,
a partial
boy.
success, and 10 to 12 is a full success.
Yeah.
So what are you looking for here in the computer system here?
Oh, and she's actually not trying to interfere with the plane that she's flying in. She's more interested from like almost like an industry perspective. Just
Okay.
like, how did they build this thing? In fact, would she be familiar with the manufacturer? And then just sort of, she's just trying to figure out how they've set it up and how it works.
Okay. Let's see here. So you're gonna do one of our basic moves that's called assess the situation.
Okay.
Now, the way that a lot of these moves in Masks works is that they kind of prompt you with some questions. Those questions can be good and can fit the situation. Other times they're a little bit garbage. And I feel like this is going to be one of those times where the questions for assess the situation are a little bit garbage. So I'm going to interpret the rules a little bit differently than some other GMs might. So I'm going to have you roll your assess the situation. So it's roll and add your superior value to it.
Okay. I got a 6, a 4, plus 1, 11.
All right. So that is it's a full success. So you're basically going to get 2 big pieces of information is how I'm going to rule this, or is how I'm going to provide you with some info. First of all, you absolutely do recognize the company. Howl Industries is one of the few companies in the world that can really keep up with a company you're familiar with, known as Enochian International. They're kind of rivals on the global stage. Howl pretty much has the East Coast locked down as far as a lot of big tech development and things like that go. A surprising amount of tech comes out of Howl, but it always seems like it's just a step behind the cutting edge. Their public releases, the stuff that you've dealt with. This, on the other hand, is very, very, very good and very new. This shouldn't actually be out there, but based on what you're seeing in the operating system, this jet's been in operation for 5-6 years and hasn't really had a software update in that amount of time. So something's not lining up in your head. The other big piece of information you get is that a signal was very quietly sent out when you intruded that normally would have gone completely unnoticed. And the way that you get that signal, that you figure out that that was sent, was one of those files that you downloaded off of Stephanie Villalobos's pad the other night pings with an update that says, Hacktivist got into another one, ma'am.
Cool. Yeah, hacktivists will just generally pipe up and share that and leave it running, just sort of scraping whatever else she can throughout the flight. So she's just gonna sort of stop actively engaging with the system. She's feel like she's in. She's gonna let it do its thing.
Okay. Roll me. We're just going to do this is not actually part of the rules, but whatever, we're going to do it. Roll me a luck roll. So just 2d6, see what comes up.
5 and a 3. So
Cool. An 8. All right. That's pretty good. That would be considered a partial success in another roll. So, all right. You're going to get some more information later on. That'll be just kind of added into your collection of information that you've secured when you get a chance to look at the pad data and all that stuff. So, you're going to get a little bit more. All right. Let's talk to Star real fast. Just kind of snooping around, looking through some furniture and stuff like that. Star, I'm also going to get you. Ooh, hold on. Did we lose Star? I think we might have lost Star from our call. Okay. We will roll right along then. Okay. So an hour and a half has passed. Actually, Stone Strike, what are you up to? I don't think we got to you. I'm sorry. What are you up to?
Sorry, I was having some internet issues too.
Oh no.
Stone Strike's probably not up to much. Just sort of listening in. Just sort of hanging out with everyone.
Okay.
Sorry, I was.
No,
sorry, I
you're
was
fine.
having issues with one of my devices.
Totally understand. All right. You will, this is something you will have noticed, Stone Strike, when you sat down. I imagine you've become pretty self-confident about how your size affects vehicles and things like that. Like you notice that when you step into a car or a truck, like the springs sink a good bit, more than anyone else really that you know. This plane doesn't seem to have a problem with that. In fact, when you sat down in your chair, whichever chair you chose, you felt it sink, and then you felt and heard like a as if some like stronger hydraulics engaged.
Oh,
and
nice.
your seat moved back up. So really, y'all are learning that someone very carefully designed this plane for superheroes. What they didn't seem to design this plane for nearly as well was, well, everyone give me a assess the situation roll. So that's rolling and adding your superior to it.
Ooh. Okay.
9.
All right.
Seven for me.
Okay. All right. Very good, Aram.
Oh
7.
man.
Yeah.
And Raf, you also got a 9?
Oh yes. Sorry.
All right. Okay. Very, very cool. So everyone except Aram, y'all notice that the clouds have real quick gotten real dark, like faster than if you've been on a plane, even faster than they can come up just normal flight time. Like this was a little cloudy, but mostly sunny too. Why are we in the middle of a thunderhead level of cloudy? Aram, though, Aram, you're just moving your chair around, kind of observing everybody, and out of one of the back windows, you see something that could maybe best be described as a missile made out of plant matter. And it's not registering on any system that Hacktivist has noticed. As far as Hacktivist is concerned, everything's fine with this plane, except for the weird clouds outside. But the plane doesn't seem to care. And Aram, you have about a split second, like just judging how fast it's coming and where it's going, you have about a split second till that thing is going to hit your plane.
Immediately, I try to whip up a portal, a shadow portal, like in front of the missile.
Okay. So normally I would have you roll for a power. What happens now is a bright light flashes in the cabin and a voice comes over the intercom that starts to say, external use of powers while over a populated area is discouraged. And then the missile hits the wing.
Oh, bollocks.
Stupid.
How's
failsafe.
everybody going to deal with a crashing plane?
Oh, this is fun.
I cannot, like, at this moment, I cannot, like, use my superpowers.
You can't use your powers outside of the confines of the plane.
Okay.
Inside, it still works. Outside, there's something on the skin of the plane that's preventing it.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
I would like to
Okay.
smash. I would like to smash a giant hole through the side of the plane.
Okay.
All right.
Wait.
I have the unstoppable power move or whatever that lets me smash my way through scenery.
All right.
Oh, ah!
We're gonna store that action. That's what
All
Stone
right.
Strike is gonna do.
I'm gonna.
Hacktivist-
I'm gonna stand up and say, "Get ready, dudes and dudettes. I'm gonna smash this damn wall down."
Hey, hold on there, buddy.
Beautiful. Hacktivist, you had your hand up. What do you got going on?
Yeah, Hacktivist just wants to encourage the rotors to turn,
Awesome. All right.
to start to hover.
Okay. So Stone Strike, you're not going to have to roll for yours because of your ability. Hacktivist, go ahead and do, I guess, unleash your powers.
Yeah.
That's probably right. So go ahead and give me that roll. All right. IDK, Raphael, Aram, Star, what are y'all doing?
So the way I kind of envision my like telepathy to kind of work is that like, well, my people like use telepathy to communicate. And I would imagine that human or earthlings not used to that are not silent in their thoughts all the time. So I feel like with the adrenaline and with like the alarm of that missile, I would have like heard that from Aram and might have tried to relay that to Hacktivist. I don't know how realistic or that would have, how well that would have,
Okay.
how fast that would have happened.
Okay, so how I'm going to interpret that, because I am going to basically have this go in kind of the same order that we're speaking up in, but this is all happening more or less in about that same second. So what I'm going to do for you then, IDK, is you're going to give a bonus to Hacktivist's roll. That Hacktivist has that like split second, little bit more preparation so that she can focus a little bit more. So I'm going to you're going to give her a +1 on her roll when she unleashes her powers. So
Okay.
that is great. Raphael, Aram, Star, what are y'all doing?
So powers are only usable in the plane.
Right at this second where you're planning things, yes.
Rough. Oh boy, what can I do in this situation? Well, it'd be really nice if I could just, try to psychic construct up a new wing, but I see that's not going to happen.
Now, I will tell you, if you would prefer to delay and kind of like take in the developing situation, you are certainly able to.
Sure. I'll wait. I'll wait.
Okay. So you're going to hold on for 1 second and kind of process. Aram and Star, what are y'all doing?
I'm going to yell out mainly to hacktivists. Can anyone construct a parachute? But I'm also going to hold to see if, at split second, I'm going to whip up a shadow portal like under our floor,
Okay.
so we can portal outside if needed. Like once we hit at a certain ground level, right? Like yeah.
Okay. And Star, what are you up to?
Trying to find a parachute.
Okay. Great. I would like you then to roll me an assess the situation roll. So that's roll plus your superior stat.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not
You're all right.
100%.
Hacktivist, you can also
Okay.
go ahead and make that roll for your thing while we're doing this, and just have that ready.
And what do I roll again?
You're going to roll 2d6 plus your superior label.
Okay. Okay.
Help making that roll.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry.
No
My brain
worries.
is just not working today.
That's all right.
If somebody has a spare one, I'll take it.
Well, I can roll the 2d6 for you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
A 3 and a 1. I'm so
Oh, no.
sorry.
All right. Do you remember what your superior was? I think it's a 0.
I'm not sure what it was.
Okay, I'm
my
looking
sheet
at
now.
your character sheet here in Roll20. I think it's a 0, so that's going to be a 4. Okay, so you're not going to. A lot of noise is happening all at once, Star, and that is. Anyone will tell you that's not a great way to concentrate and find things. There's just kind of a lot right now. It's a crashing plane. It's a lot. All right, Hacktivist, you got an 8 on that roll, which with the +1, did you add in that +1?
No.
Okay, so with that +1, that's a 9. That's a partial success. So you're going to kind of be able to keep the pieces of the rotors still spinning a little bit. And about the same time that y'all two, that Star's like desperately ripping open hatches and things to try to look for parachutes, Stone Strike, the describe how you just knock a hole in this plane for me.
All right. When I realized that it's like not letting us use our powers outside of the vehicle, my first reaction is to put a giant hole in the vehicle. So I just
Totally reasonable.
my arm is normally something I like kind of keep behind me or kind of tuck down or whatever, and don't really use too much, but I'm going to like hold it up, and it starts to kind of like in between the cracks of the clay and the stone, it starts to like glow green, and I'm just going to like just charge up every other footstep, leaving behind like a clinking noise with the leg brace on my right leg, and I'm just going to like smash into the wall. And then this green energy just sort of explodes from my strike, and just busts like a giant me-size hole through the wall.
Great. So this is going to do another neat quick stage here of some reaction times. So Stone Strike, I'm gonna need you to do something for me. I don't know what you're gonna do for me. I feel like this might be defend.
Well, let's see. Unstoppable, when you smash your way through scenery to get to or away from something, I roll plus danger. So
please
roll.
do that for me, please.
And then let's see. Any bonuses or penalties?
No, this is just straight roll against aluminum.
All right, and 11 is a full hit. So on a hit, the world breaks before me and I get what I want. So yeah, I just want to like basically reach my hand in and like strike into like the top left corner of the hole I intend to make, and then just drag the steel down and like just rip open the hole and chunk out throw the metal out of the side of the plane.
Cool. Hey, everybody else, you're now in a rapidly depressurizing cockpit.
Okay.
Aram and Raphael, you are the two who
fix
held.
it.
You were the two who held your action. So, Raphael, how do you react to this now rapidly devolving situation?
Boy, what to do? Rapidly depressurizing. I'm going to. Oh, that I had what I was going to do in my head, but now I things are rapidly.
Sorry, I messed everything up.
Hey, you reacted as your
I think
character
Raphael-
dictated. That's fine.
Hey, we needed a hole in the wall so we could cast magic.
Raphael looks truly baffled for a moment, and then I think he. So, who all in the party can fly? I think it's just, or well, not fly necessarily, but has some way of keep themselves in the air if we all get pulled out.
I just figured I'd fall and hit the ground and be okay. That was my plan.
I may have some way.
Okay. So I think Raphael tries to start constructing like hang gliders for everyone who can't fly, because he realizes that his constructs are rather stiff, so he can't actually make a parachute, but he can sort of make a hang glider. Is kind of the best thing he can do right now.
Okay.
So I'll try that.
Okay.
So
You're gonna
just for people who can't fly.
Okay.
Which
Roll.
is everyone, I guess.
Let's see what Aram's got planned here first, and then we'll come back to you if we need you to roll on that. All right.
Are we plummeting right now?
I'm sorry.
Are we still like 100 feet up in the air?
Oh, y'all are very high in the air.
Okay. I don't know if there's a limit to what I can do, but I'm planning to portal the ins. Am I quiet again? Hi? Hello? Hello? Hi? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. It just got quiet again.
Real
though.
quiet.
Why is my mic not working? Hello? Hold on.
It's- It might be doing some
Oh.
weird sound adjustment
No,
thing.
no, yeah, it. I was not using my microphone the whole time.
That'll do it.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
Cool, great. Okay, so I was planning to basically portal the floor, right? And
Okay.
I was planning to jump. Once we jump, the end portal is gonna be on the ground.
I have a question for you. Does momentum translate through your portals?
Uh,
No.
Do you
say
know
no.
if momentum translates through your portals?
Say
no, no.
Okay. Now, whichever
Because-
rule you establish is the rule that we're going to hold to going forward.
Right. No, that's a good question because going down, no, it does. It doesn't. It doesn't like. It doesn't follow,
Okay.
but
Cool.
it is like whenever you exit out the portal, it is that like, like rocketing motion or like not that rocketing, but like jumping out of it motion.
Okay. Gotcha.
Ah,
So
yeah.
so
Like
it
shunted.
is TV
Yeah.
portal. It is a TV portal. Gotcha. All right. All right.
The only
Cool,
way,
then.
yeah, the only way to like project it if I portal like completely downward.
Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna have you then roll first.
All right.
You're gonna roll to unleash your powers.
Okay.
So that's gonna be plus freak.
Okay. There's a reason why I add the plus freak as my plus one. I'm also going to yell out "Everyone jump" as I unleash my power.
I'm already jumping. I charged through the wall. That means I went out the other side. So you
Yeah,
might
we're
want to
gonna
put it
come
under
back
me.
to that. We're gonna come back to that. Don't you worry. We're coming back to that.
There you go. 9.
A 9. Okay. Cool. So this is going to work pretty much as you described. The floor is basically going to turn into a portal. Everyone's going to be able to drop through it that is still in the plane. Stone Strike, we're coming back to you.
I'm made of rocks.
This is so everyone's going to have a chance to get through. The partial success part of this is that so you get, it's going to be a little unstable in the effect, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So what I need to ask everybody else, Raphael, Kat, Margot, and Star, do y'all jump through the portal?
I try to get over to this hole that Stone Strike has left so I could give him a hang glider so he doesn't die.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I need you to roll to unleash your power, please.
I will try.
Okay.
I'm indestructible, by the way. No worries.
Yeah,
It's not
I
quite
hope,
what
I
it
hope
means,
that's
but
true.
It's not what it means.
I hope that's true. That's a 4.
That's a 4. Okay. He is out of your range as far as you have stretched. He is made of rock and he is going. But you know what? You sure tried, and that's not nothing. Okay. So, everybody else, Cat or IDK, Hacktivist, Star, are y'all jumping through the portal?
No.
Are there
You're not?
more hang gliders?
What happened when? Okay, go ahead with the hang gliders. Sorry.
Hang gliders did not happen.
Yeah. Hacktivist is. What did it look like when Aram went through?
Aram, what's your portal look like?
It's a swirling. Like when I first opened it, it's a swirling, clouds of darkness. Eventually, it opened up into the other end, which is a clear opening of, I don't know, like the location, like the ground, basically.
Oh, you can
Okay.
see through it.
Yeah, you can see
where
through
it
it.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, like the cloud just opens up a fabric of the other end, essentially.
Oh yeah, Hacktivist will grab her tablet and slide into the portal.
Okay. Star, IDK.
You're muted.
I would probably jump through the portal that was made by Stone Strike.
Oh, through the hole. Okay.
Um,
Well, you can fly, so that makes sense.
because I can fly. I almost feel like it would be funny to me if like at some point the aircraft kind of like angled in such a way that I just kind of like it kept going and I didn't.
Perfect. Yes. That's 100% what
And I was
happens.
just like hovering in the air.
That's beautiful.
Like, oh,
All right, we will come back to you in 1 minute then, IDK. Star, what are you doing?
I guess just go through the portal.
Cool. And Raphael, you are kind of the last person standing in the plane. Are you going through that portal?
So tempted to try again. I
Are you
Oh,
a
so
gambling
strike,
man?
buddy.
That's the question.
Yeah, that is the question.
buddy, I really hope you're indestructible.
I have impenetrable armor, and I got this other thing that makes me go Hulk mode if I take some physical damage. We're fine.
Look, I'm not
You're
killing a
still-
character in the second episode.
Oh, you're
Still
not.
half human.
Oh,
Still
you're
half
not.
human.
No.
So
Are
in
we
the
over
third
water
episode,
or
in the third
land?
episode, right?
Are we over water or land?
Oh, there's a lot of green and brown down there.
Okay,
Wait, didn't
good.
they-
Think- If it was water, I would definitely be dead. If it's
Wait.
land, I stand somewhat of a chance because I'm just gonna try and barge through the ground as I'm like punch through the ground as I'm landing and see how that goes for me.
Well,
Didn't it mention that we were over a city or something like that?
It said
Eh.
civilized area.
Civilized area.
well,
fine.
you could try jumping to
Wait.
the end portal, and then you'll be going back.
Oh,
I'll aim for a barn. All
What
right.
is, what is a wait? Where is this plane gonna crash? What is around here?
that's a very interesting question. Are you still on it?
Yes.
Hey, the trees are starting to look less like tiny twigs.
But can I see where it's gonna crash?
It looks like it's just gonna hit a hill, a bit more pronounced. Y'all are more or less kind of in the Appalachian foothills in West Virginia, more or less, is where y'all are at.
Okay. Now that I'm sure it's not headed towards like a farm with people on it.
As you're kind of like looking out the window as the plane is spinning, you're realizing that when they say civilized, when the computer said civilized area, they meant that there's an occasional very tiny town miles and miles and miles away from anything else. There doesn't seem to be anything directly in your path.
All right. All right. So if the portal's still there, I'll hop through it.
Okay. So Aram, Raphael, Hacktivist, and Star. Each of y'all roll me a d6. One singular d6,
Oh boy.
no stats added. Cool.
Oh boy. Hold on. All right.
Cool. Viewers, this is not going to be an terribly important number for y'all. I will explain what's happening in 1 second when we've gotten all of our rolls. Star, do we need to have somebody roll that d6 for you? Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to assign her a number then real fast. Okay. So here's what those numbers mean.
Uh-oh.
Those numbers are relative distance from each other. So y'all come out of the portal and there's a bit of instability to it. So Aram, you and Hacktivist are kind of in the same stretch of forest. Kind of down a hill from where you're at, you see a lake, but it's y'all are a couple hundred feet apart from each other. Raphael, you are in a different part of the forest, up a hill. There is a tiny bit of lake, a good hike away from you down the hill. And Star is going to pop up in a different area that we will worry about here actually, for ease of narrative, then, Raphael, Star is a couple hundred feet away from you. So y'all popped up in the same place. We will do it that way. We'll get back to you four in a minute. First, we're going to go talk to our buddy Stone Strike.
Yeah, my brilliant decision making.
Hey,
we're gonna find
what's
out what
it
happens with that.
Feel like just plummeting through the air.
Yeah, as cheesy as it is, that song "I Believe I Can Fly" is playing in my head.
It seems to be working so far. Like you thought, you think you can see what looks like, you think at first like maybe that's a structure, and then some like wind catches you and pushes you, and the next thing you know, you're aiming at a big old bit of blue that just kind of came out of nowhere over a hill.
Oh crap! I can't swim. I'm gonna start flapping my wings.
So
I don't know if it helps.
all four of you that are on the ground can see this moment as a flapping, flailing Stone Strike impacts the water, dead center of the lake, and just yeah.
Oh,
Quick
Cannonball!
question: can he swim?
I don't know. We'll see.
who are you asking?
I'm asking the three of the rest, or I'm asking hacktivists in this place. In this case,
Hey, hacktivist, have you ever observed Stone Strike in the water?
Yes, Stone Strike fell through the lake. The frozen
Right.
lake.
And he had to be rescued.
Yeah, they brought in a helicopter. They had to attach a lot of lines and pull him out.
Ooh, I guess I'm running down a hill. Towards the lake now.
We're gonna say Star is with you on that one. Just y'all rally up and is running with you. So Stone Strike, you do hit the water. It doesn't feel great, but you are very strong. You sink down, and I imagine you've experienced this for sure at the lake at camp. I imagine you've had a kind of similar experience to this before, once probably to teach you that you did not enjoy it. Something's different about this. You've never heard a lake sing to you as you've been sinking into it.
Okay, yep.
Oh no.
This lake is singing to you, and as you start getting near the bottom, there's seaweed and things growing down there. This kind of looks like it might have been one of the dammed up rivers that are pretty prevalent up in that part of the world, that they kind of artificially made a lake here. So there's some what should be like a waterlogged husks of trees down here, but they're covered in leaves, and all of the greenery is starting to glow. And out from between two particularly large ancient oak trees steps a figure who looks up at you, waves a hand, and some seaweed comes up and just kind of wraps around you and pulls you down.
Down. That's not where I wanted to go.
And this woman is looking at you, and you can kind of tell that her she doesn't look normal. It might be the vines instead of hair that's giving it away, or that like the way your normal arm looks underwater is not the way that her exposed skin looks underwater. But she just looks at you, and you resonating through like the earth and the little bits of moss that have grown on your arm, resonating through that up into your head, you hear a voice just goes, "Oh, another Earth child. Oh dear. Here." And she pulls out a mechanical rebreather and offers it to you. Why don't you come in here? And she gestures to like a cave that seems to have like something keeping water out of it. Why don't you come in and we can talk for a minute?
Okay. Okay. All
And-
right. I'm just gonna walk over there.
She just puts a hand on your shoulder and just pats it and says, "Yeah, let's have a quick chat." And we're going to pop up to IDK up in the sky.
So I'm just checking if I'm okay. I'm not muted. So I am kind of looking around, trying to kind of process the fact that I was in a mechanical structure and now I'm not. And there's no one else around. And once like that kind of resolves, I think I'm looking around and trying to like listen for the thoughts of my teammates to see if I can hear them somewhere
Okay.
and figure out where they ended up.
Roll me an assess the situation real fast. So that's roll plus superior.
All right.
Oh, that's great. Good job. All right. That's an 11. So that is a full success. You immediately know that Stone Strike is at the bottom of the lake and doesn't seem as panicked as he did a minute ago. Aram and Hacktivist are close to the lake, but still in the trees. And Raphael and Star are up the hill, relatively the closest ones to you, and seem to be okay. While you're processing all this, you do kind of vaguely notice off in the distance, the plane hits a mountain and explodes.
Oops.
And I get really excited because this is the first time I've ever seen fireworks.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
I hear a huge, like, human, like, celebration thing.
It doesn't quite live up to what you had heard, but I mean, the oranges and reds are real pretty for a second there.
That's true.
The black cloud's a little frustrating, but it is daytime, so maybe.
Right. Well, they need to put the big black cloud up there because, otherwise you wouldn't be able to see the reds and the orange.
It's true.
That makes sense. And I'm going to try and fly down towards Star and Aram, or is it Star and Raphael?
Star and Raphael
Yep.
are together. Aram and Hacktivist are together.
I think
Okay.
I'm going to try and direct them toward, like, I think I might start because they're closest to me and kind of try to, like, herd everybody together like a German Shepherd.
Okay. We're going to say that with the guidance of IDK, the four of y'all are going to be able to kind of, it's going to take a little bit for Raphael and Star to get down the hill safely, but with the eye in the sky. Yeah, Raphael, what's up?
Could I expedite that process by making a sled?
Absolutely, you can roll for that.
I will attempt it.
Okay. Boy, I'm just, I guess unleash your powers is probably the best way to do that.
Unleash? Oh my god, what's happening? Nope, it didn't work.
Uh-oh. Oh,
I'm having a rough day.
okay. So I will direct your attention over to the screen where y'all do have some team points, and I will let you use 2 of those to get that up to a partial success if you would like to.
I
We have team
mean,
points.
Matt already said he wouldn't kill a player on the second session. So
That's true. You're
Just
not
let
going
me
to
up.
die.
Now, he did not specifically say the second half of the second session. He just said the second session.
Well, I won't
I don't care if you use the
die.
team points.
I
It
don't
is-
either.
It is up to you.
Oh, I
No.
definitely
It's
can't.
not selfish.
It's-
It's
You
not.
know, it's fine.
Yeah, it's not
It-
selfish. I don't think either.
It's fine. I'll take the potential. I want to know though, GM,
Yeah.
am I overexerting myself at this moment?
Ooh. You know what? I think you might be. Like you're trying. Look. It's been a stressful day. Okay. Like a plane yelled at people, and then it exploded, and then there was a hole in it, and one of your buddies just plummeted into a lake, and you walked through shadows, and y'all were separated, and then this alien person like spoke into your brain, and look, it's a lot.
Mm.
So yeah, what happens when you get overexerted?
So I imagine as I'm running down this hill and also attempting to construct some sort of crazy sled contraption, that Raphael starts to see flashes in his mind of things he doesn't understand and places he's never been, and sort of just sort of whiffs it. Like, probably makes some deadly contraption that just starts slashing through trees.
Okay, I am going to have to ask you to mark a tick on your Doom track.
Uh-oh.
So, eventually, yeah, you make something that's, your teammates here have witnessed your constructions over the last 2 months, and they've seen it range from just like a light box to help out your filming, or like a dolly or a tripod, all the way up to like some more combat focused things like walls and some devices like that. This is the most outright, this is designed to hurt people thing that you have ever produced to their knowledge. It is the base of a sled, but the front of it is just knives. Like it's just blades, and it can cut down trees, and it's a lot. But you and Star are going to be able to make it down the hill a little bit fast, quite a bit faster, honestly, especially since apparently you don't have to worry about trees, rocks, small animals, impeding clumps of dirt. Like the end result is you have made a beautiful, nicely plowed sled run for winter for whoever lives in this area.
Well, first of all, I'm grasping my head in pain, and also, if you're counting small animals, I hate to ask this, but is that considered injuring innocence?
No, that was mostly a joke.
Okay.
Nothing is going to be in your way of this murder sled. That's just mean, and I'm not that mean if I made you take a doom point already. Also, no animals were harmed in the making of this show, nor will they be.
All right,
clear.
I just had to be sure.
No dead Bambis today or ever. So, Star and Raphael, y'all are scooting down. We're going to hop over back to Stone Strike. You are in this cave, like you walk down this cave with this lady for a little bit, and you can tell now that you're out of the water directly. There's some like glowing bits of plant matter everywhere. That her skin is kind of this green that ranges from like a lighter green to a darker, almost like purplish color. That's kind of in like a leaf pattern all over her exposed skin. And you notice that the left side of your body is also still faintly glowing, even though you're not really exerting yourself. And she leads you in, and you find what looks just to be like a really nice living room, but everything is made out of plants.
This is quite the apartment. This is quite the apartment. Who are you again?
Oh, thank you, dear. This is just a nice little place to hold up for a little bit before I move over to Eon City. It's fine. You know, it's not as nice as my home used to be, but we're making the best with what we have. And my name is Nightshade. Who are you?
Stone Strike.
Oh, that's because of
what
your
I've been
arm.
calling myself.
I bet you can punch everything with that, can't you?
Yeah, that's actually how I got into this mess. My friends are probably looking for me. I might need to go soon. Sorry to barge into your home. You know,
4 little heroes lost in the woods.
Yeah. Well, how you been? How do you know about that? Do you have
Oh,
cameras or
don't you worry. Well, don't you worry about that. Don't worry about it. They're fine. They're all together now. I thought there was going to be more of you. Oh, well, I wasn't expecting you, though. No one said there was an Earthborn. This is lovely. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have made you go through that probably very traumatic experience. I'm sorry.
It wasn't that bad actually. Just glad I made it.
I'm sure you were happy to be out of that metal tube with people who don't accept you. Oh, I'm sure you're happy to be free of that.
They're not bad. I mean, they don't talk to me much, but you know, they're not mean or anything.
It's a shame the rest of the world isn't quite as accepting, huh?
Yeah, it sucks, but yeah, they're probably looking for me. I mean, is this like your home or something? I kind of just fell in. Sorry about that.
Oh, don't worry. I'm going to be moving on soon enough. This is just temporary.
Did you happen to see like any planes fly over or any missiles or anything? Because something hit our plane and knocked us right out of the sky.
Oh no.
Yeah, you have like cameras set up or something, right?
No, I can see through the plants. They help me. Let's see. Let me think. I know your hero friends are all right. And you know, it feels like the plane might have crashed. As I do feel some trees on fire, that is not what I was anticipating. Something must have happened. That plane was supposed to go down with all of y'all just here on the lake where it would have been fine. Shouldn't have hit any of my trees.
Hold on a second.
Yes?
So you took the plane down?
Of course I did. This world has no more room for judgmental little heroes who don't appreciate our earth-given gifts. Stone Strike.
Listen, I mean, you helped me and everything, but I don't think this is. I'm gonna have to let them know that you did this. You know, I can't just not say anything about it. I mean, they're gonna be looking for who took the plane down, and I'm just supposed to lie.
You know, you're right. I understand. You haven't freed yourself from their judgment yet, and I get it. I'll tell you what. If you go, and she points and more plants light up, if you go down that tunnel, it will pop you up right on the shore of the lake. I promise I would never knowingly hurt another Earthborn. All of Earth's children are precious to me, Stone Strike, and you're one of them. So you can go, but can I ask you a question?
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Are you supposed to be fitting in with them?
I mean, I'm supposed to be in a team with them or something. I think we've been assigned together.
Okay.
we everything we worked pretty good together. When we were doing some of the games back at our campsite, capture the flag and obstacle course and stuff.
But you said they don't talk to you much. Now, I'm going to. And she just kind of giggles a little bit and says, okay, Stone Strike, I'll be honest with you. I'm working to make the earth a better place for all of her children. To restore what should have been a beautiful land to the glory it should have. And Stone Strike, I want to give you a gift. I want to help you. If you're sure that you want to be with this team and that you want to fit in, I want to help you achieve your dreams, Stone Strike. May I give you this gift?
The rebreather, this thing's pretty sweet. This will help in case I fall into a lake again.
Oh, you can keep that, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay. He kind of backs up a few steps, like out of weariness. Like,
she just raises her hand and says, no, nothing that I'll do to you, nothing that you won't be able to fully control yourself.
Okay. What is it?
She just like swirls a hand, and out of the earth comes a flower. A flower blooms and blossoms and grows, and it's a really big flower, the biggest you've probably ever seen. Its petals open, and inside is a bulb for like planting another flower. There are glowing lines on it that are kind of runic looking a little bit. They look deliberate instead of just natural, but it's all still filled with that same green glowing energy. And she picks it up and she holds it and she just kind of breathes on it a little bit. And she holds her hand out to you and says, if you keep this with you, you can tell it whatever shape you want it to be. If you want it to be like a belt or a bracelet or a necklace, whatever you choose. If you keep this with you, then whenever you'd like, you can reshape that more earthy side of your body into something that looks more presentable to those that don't understand your blessings.
So it's kind of like shape-shifting a little bit?
A little bit. It just remolds your form a little bit for you. And it's totally whenever you want it to.
What do I... Listen, are you trying to give me this stuff so I don't say anything about you admitting to shooting down the plane, or...
Oh, no. Look, I'm sure one of your friends, and she manages to sound a bit less sarcastic when she says friends this time. I'm sure one of your friends noticed what took the plane down. They're going to know it was me. You can tell them if you want. I will tell you, they're very afraid of me. And if you tell them about the gift I gave you, they'll take it away. So you can tell them as much as you feel you need to, Stone Strike. I just want you to be happy.
It takes like a second, almost like kind of like an awkward amount of time to just be like, well, okay, yeah, thanks. I'm gonna go down this tunnel or whatever, just because, like I said, they're probably looking for me, you know.
Now, I'm certain they are. And I'll tell you, Stone Strike, if you ever need to talk, all you have to do is say my name to the bulb, and I'll be able to hear you just like a cell phone. Isn't that what they call them?
Yeah. Yeah, they've got them. I pull out mine and realize it's like fried from falling into the lake. Well, I had one.
Oh, I'm sure some of those fancy people in Eon City will be able to replace that in no time. Don't you worry. Now, like I said,
Pretty sure I have insurance. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
oh, that's good. Good. That is the kind of forward thinking I appreciate. Now, all you have to do is concentrate on whatever form you want that left side of yours to take, and it'll shift over there. It does take a little bit of concentration, so you might not be able to use it in a fight, but
All right. I'm gonna try and manifest a like your typical like Norwegian black metal garb with like the spiky bracelets and the leather like jacket and stuff and like the tall boots.
so as you do that, like you feel some of the mass of your left side kind of flow around your body, and as it does, like it tightens up a little bit and it spreads itself thin, and you have what looks like a normally proportioned left side now with a kind of a brown jacket with some spikes on it and the bracelets and the boots. It doesn't do
Nice.
anything to your hair, but the rest of it does measure up. But Stone Strike, as far as you can tell just looking at yourself, you look like a normally shaped person again.
Yeah, and it makes my character feel extremely good. Like this is like something he's been wishing he could do for a long time because he's just tired of people staring at him at this stage. And so yeah, he's going to so yeah, he's gonna just walk out, just wave by like nonchalantly, and kind of walk, start to walk out the tunnel that she directed him to. And then as soon as he realizes she can't see him, he just sort of like shakes his head, like out of like being alarmed, and just holds it low and keeps walking.
All right. And that tunnel is going to pop you up just on the shore of the lake. We're going to pop back over to the other four. IDK, have you kind of now lowered down to join them, or are you still up in the air?
Well, I don't touch the ground because
Of course.
I don't have to, unless I want to feel the ground because I'm weird.
Fair.
But I think given that the situation is not going how things are planned, like I'm not touching the ground. I'm staying focused on the fact that the situation is a little weird, and I feel like my character, IDK, and all the other letters, all of a sudden I can start hearing normal shaped arm, Norwegian death metal garb over and over again in my head, and I can hear it probably sounds like Stone Strike.
It does, and you can tell that he's moving what seems to be like across the bottom of the lake and getting closer to the surface, still a little bit down the hill from where y'all are at. I would like you to give me another roll real fast. And I know we've gone back to this several times this episode. I'd like you to assess the situation for me one more time.
Oof.
All right. So as you're kind of still directing traffic a little bit, and as y'all are moving down the hill, it's not until almost too late that you hear another thought, and it's very close to your friends. And the thought is, stop the brats. And we're going to take a quick break. All right, we are back from our break, and there is danger afoot for our heroes. Stone Strike is almost back up to the surface. He's a little bit down close to the edge of the lake shore. IDK is in the air over the rest of our heroes in a little cluster there. And the rest of our heroes are unaware as of this exact moment that IDK just heard some thoughts, several thoughts, very near our heroes, almost right on top of them, that said, "Stop the brats." And that's where we're going to jump back into this. IDK, what are you doing?
I'm trying to I don't know if my character would really know the word brats. But I'm
Probably
trying to
not.
Maybe, okay, so I'm like, well, what's
I don't know. Hang on. Consider this. There was a camp that had teenagers and children there on day camp.
Probably
I
heard
feel
the-
And also my
brat
cat.
probably came up.
I might be slightly confused as to why we're stopping the bratwurst.
Well, someone really should at this point, honestly.
I really did enjoy the bratwurst though.
I'm a vegetarian, and I even want to stick up for the bratwurst. So you back off. We're saving it.
I think I might just ask aloud to the group. So when they say stop the brats, do they mean the bratwurst or do they mean the small children?
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, and So I heard stop the brats. In my mind. Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's a thing. I communicate telepathically usually. We've been working very hard on my being able to speak out loud with my mouth. And yeah, I just heard stop the brats and somebody's thinking this.
where is it from? Do you know where is it from?
Do I know where it's from?
Yeah.
Yes, you do. It is almost on top of the four of them and getting closer.
Oh, it's getting closer.
I look around.
All right. Any of you four, so that is Aram, Hacktivist, Raphael, and Star. Any of y'all can assess the situation for me. This is for anyone who may not be familiar with Mask. This is basically a notice roll, but it has a bit more utility. You're just really you're a bit tired, Aram. You rolled a 6. You definitely don't notice them. Same thing with Raphael. You're not in a great emotional space right now, which might come in really handy here in a minute. But right now, not great.
My head also really hurts.
It's true. All right, Hacktivist, we are going to come back to you in a second. Let's see here real fast. Oop-a-doo. I went ahead and rolled. Okay, you got it. You got it. Also, Star, it's been a really traumatic day. I imagine you were riding down a very angry sled a minute ago. Snacks just flying out of your pocket. It's not been great. So far, of the 4 people on the ground, only Hacktivist has managed to notice the people. So, Hacktivist, if you take a look at those questions, you can ask me 2 of those, or ask me another one that you think might be relevant to the conversation.
I definitely want to ask, how can we best end this quickly?
Good. Okay. Let's see. How can we best end this quickly? They're trying to sneak attack you. They're trying to get the jump on you. So if you want to end this quickly, turn the tables.
So like attempt to ambush them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I guess what here can I use to help set up a hasty ambush?
Okay, that's very interesting. So what I'm going to do for you on this one, because you basically criticaled, which isn't really a thing, but it is kind of one, in that I'm saying it is, more than anything, really. It's going to be the terrain. The terrain is going to be your answer to that question. But what I'd like to do then is, if you're going to act on this information and share it with your friends and teammates, then I would like y'all to describe collectively what terrain is going to best help your character to ambush whatever's coming at y'all. And we can start with Hacktivist. This is a forested hill. It's not very steep. It's flattening out towards the lakeshore. Rocks, trees, gullies, kind of whatever you need is there. So what terrain is Hacktivist leaning towards using?
Yeah, so Hacktivist first and foremost relies on her tech. So she is going to a tree, sort of towards the top of the hill. She's getting up high so that she can get her drones out and generally observe, I guess, the battlefield.
Fantastic. Star, what sort of terrain are you going to be looking for to help you ambush these would-be ambushers? What's going to help your character out the most?
Something with like maybe rocks she could
Okay.
jump on.
Fantastic. There are several large boulders in the area that you can use to get up and around them. All right. Aram, what are you using in the terrain?
I'm going to, I'll actually like teleport myself into the trees.
Okay. All right. So you are up in the high branches, probably a little bit lower than Hacktivist, but still up in the trees. And last but not least, Raphael, what terrain are you looking for here?
How far is the lake?
It's not too far. Maybe just like 30, 40 feet away.
Okay. I think I'm gonna actually. Move over there and submerge myself.
Okay, so you are in the water. Love it. Okay, so let's talk about the crew that is about to ambush y'all. 6 people move into y'all's view. IDK and Hacktivist pick up on this first. Hacktivist, your drone see them. IDK, you're above the crowd, so you can kind of see them finally as they move through clearings. 5 of them look like they just wandered out of like a logging site or like a mining site. They are, in as much as such a thing exists, a stereotypical West Virginian. So some sort of jeans or long pants, plaid shirt, probably. We can just lean into the comic bookiness of this and say they're loggers that just came out. They are dragging axes behind them. And there seems to be some like twigs stuck in their hair, and their eyes are glowing a little bit green. The 6th person is a cat that is the size of a boulder. And it has a belt on it that has all sorts of very interesting knives. And it seems to be in charge. So
This isn't me, by the way.
no, it is definitely not you. You will be showing up here in a minute. I will let you know when Stone Strike has arrived on the scene. So we're going to go in kind of the same order. We're going to go Hacktivist, Star, Aram, and Raphael. Then if IDK wants to get involved, you'll have the chance to do that after those 4. And we'll kind of do that. That's more or less what we'll do in place of any initiative order. All right.
Yeah, so the first thing hacktivists will want to do is to, if any of them, well, to be able to tell if they have tech, and then if they do, to fry it.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Let's call that directly engaging a threat. This is probably going to be something like creating an opportunity for your allies. That seems like a good thing. So roll plus danger.
Okay. Oh, she does have 1 danger. How nice. Got a 9.
Fantastic. All right. So a couple of the loggers still have cell phones. One of them has a very, very old school looking like earpiece microphone Bluetooth combo thing. And it seems like the cat person has some sort of tech, but you can't nail it down. You're not 100% sure where it is. Like what it is entirely, but the cat person seems to have some sort of tech.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, so the intent was not just to disable it, but to distract. So I know this is a partial success. So I don't know, like the intent would have been like the Samsung Note in 2018.
Oh yeah, okay.
When they were just sort of exploding in people's pockets.
Okay, great. All of the cell phones just start screaming. Somehow, you're having them play some song, maybe something from Stone Strike's band, just starts blasting out of the phones. And the one that had the earpiece in just kind of like freezes and like grabs its head, very like slow motion, grabs his head. Two of them are just distracted, and the third one seems a bit incapacitated. So, up next, Star. There are 2 unaffected lumberjack types and the cat person, plus the 2 distracted lumberjacks and the out of it lumberjack.
Are there any like loose rocks that she could throw after she kind of leaps behind one of them?
Absolutely.
Okay, she's going to try to get. I'm sorry, it kind of clicked out a little bit when you were telling me. I heard you say 2 distracted lumberjacks.
Two unaffected lumberjacks, 2 that are currently distracted, 1 that seems to be in pain.
Okay, one of the unaffected lumberjacks is going to try to hit with a rock.
Okay, that's going to be directly engaging a threat. So you're going to roll plus your danger ability, which I think if we look at your character sheet, you can just hit the button. I think is that something you can do?
Yeah, you could just hit the little D20 symbol to the left of the word danger, and then it'll roll it for you. If you're on roll 20, if not, then just roll 2d6 plus whatever your danger is.
Oh.
So I'm on roll 20. Okay, you said what next to my name?
On your character sheet, if you roll down to the labels. I'm sorry.
Oh, here it is. I think I see it finally.
And then
it should be the very. Go ahead.
Yeah, under labels, under the character sheet tab, you should just be able to click that die next to the modifier, and it'll do the roll for you.
Right. It's not even showing up. They don't have a character sheet.
Under, if you click on star, under the characters
Yeah.
list. Yeah, if you click on that, it should do a pop-up.
Okay, I'll just try to roll manually.
Okay. Just 2d6, and it looks like you have a +0, so just straight 2d6. Okay. So let's see. So on a 5, that's going to be a miss. So your rock is going to go wide on the one you were aiming at. And that one for sure knows where you're at now. So, Aram, what are you doing?
I have a clear clear sight of all of them.
Yep.
I'm going to control their shadows, and they're gonna fight each other.
Interesting. Okay, so I think that's in this situation, I'm going to call that directly engaging a threat, I think, just because this is combat.
Dang. Okay.
Were you hoping for Unleash Your Powers?
Yeah, because I was also I may have like thought directly engaging a little too different, especially when I was like perched in the trees.
Okay, I'll take it. Roll that Unleash Your Powers.
Right.
It just means that I will judge the result a little differently, but
Oh boy.
that can be good or bad. Depends on what you roll.
All right. Just making sure. It says situational bonus and penalty. Don't add anything, right?
Correct.
Cool.
Okay. So I'm gonna let you get all 5 of the
Great.
of the lumberjacks. Catboy is a bit more aware of superhero things
Yeah.
and is maybe a little bit more resistant. So that was a really solid hit. All 5 of the lumberjacks now, their shadows, describe what happens to their shadows that kind of take control here.
Yeah, so as my eyes blacken and then I do some sort of hand signal gesturing, the shadows just kind of like starts peeling off of the ground and starts rising behind them, and then they just starts wailing onto the lumberjacks as in the way of their version of fighting. So basically, they're fighting themselves.
Okay. Then what that means is on their next turn, unless something breaks them out of it, they are only going to be able to directly move against each other.
Okay.
Is kind of how I'm going to rule that. Raphael,
That's cool.
Wrath the One, your turn.
Okay. So I'm gonna pop out of the lake. Fun. Hopefully with a construct of a bazooka.
Delightful.
Can I ask a quick question?
Uh-huh.
What platform does this is directed to Wrath? What platform does Wrath stream on? Is it multi-streamed? Is it just on like, Twitch, YouTube?
Mixer.
Where do I follow?
Wait, never mind. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
too soon.
Yikes.
Facebook
Oh.
gaming for sure though. Maybe
Facebook.
Switch.
Facebook Gaming. Hey, I work for a stream that predominantly runs on Facebook Gaming. Thank you very much. It pays my bills.
Can we establish that Mixer is like the #1 streaming site on this world? No.
Yeah.
Mixer
Alternate
never
world.
died.
Yeah.
Sure.
HeroMix.net.
Napster
There we go.
never
Even
died.
better.
Yeah. There you go.
Yes, I stream on that.
Sorry to interrupt. I just had to know where you were streaming. It's just for immersion reasons.
Okay. All right. What's Raphael doing with this bazooka construct he's trying for?
I'm right at the big cat.
Beautiful. Directly engage that cat boy with your bazooka construct. Let's see what happens.
All right. Danger. Come on. Oh my. I am having a rough time today.
Oh,
Jeez.
friend. Oh, friend. So you pop out of the water. Let's be real clear. This is not what anyone would call great water.
Mhm.
So, can I ask you a quick question? What is your second thing that triggers your doom track? Because I know it's overexerting yourself. What's the second one?
Injuring innocence.
Okay, cool. Not gonna immediately come up. Your bazooka shot goes way wide. A tree a little bit further down the way from you does explode and come crashing down. The cat just looks right at you and just goes, "Oh no, a shape maker," and pulls knives out. IDK, what are you doing up in the air? What's going on with you?
There's a kitty.
There
It's
is a kitty. There's a kitty.
That's what it is.
It's so furry. And they've got sharp things on their paws, but they have sharp things on their belt, but there's so much fur.
There's a lot of fur.
It's so fluffy. Does the kitty know that I'm there?
Doesn't seem to. In fact, weirdly, no one has really seemed to acknowledge your presence yet. Like, Plant Lady did not reference you in her count to Stone Strike. None of these people have looked up yet, so...
Okay. So I think I interpret, because of my limited knowledge of earth things, I interpret that Paul Bunyan has gotten small and multiplied, kind of like the way when you step on a spider, and like 1,000 tiny spiders, like yeah, just like that. That is what has happened here. And also, there's a. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. Like that was very visceral, and I'm very sorry.
Gross. Okay.
That's
Someone stepped on a Paul Bunyan. That sure is what happened.
And also, there's a kitty. So I think I want to. I kind of want to like almost further distract the kitty. I don't know. What's the cat equivalent? I should know this, being a cat person. What's the cat equivalent? I'm gonna go not like who's a good boy, but like
exactly that.
Yeah, I just want to pet the kitty.
Okay. Okay, let's call that this does seem dangerous, but you are coming in from kind of surprising. We'll call this an unleash your powers. So roll plus freak for me. Roll
Okay.
unleash your powers. Cool. The cat. So you got a 9. That is a partial success. So this is not going to fully distract the cat. And kind of the little bit of downside to this is that the cat is now aware of you, but also the cat stops looking at Raphael, and it's just like, why do I feel warm and comforted all of a sudden, and like someone really wants to pet me? And this is understandably an unsettling feeling for a grown adult to suddenly feel when they thought they were going to be stabbing things. So he is, I think anyone would agree, a little shaken. In mechanical terms, he has marked a condition. This is good news for everyone, except him. It's not good news for him. But all right, let's roll around.
The table. This is what happened in my house.
Oh, that's one. What a good Ken. Stone Strike,
Kidding.
you are nearing the end of the tunnel. You're not there quite yet. I have a counter going. All right, back to the top of our order. Hacktivist. We are at. Oh, actually, they're all going to try to move, which means 5 lumberjacks are going to try to hit each other. This will go well, I'm sure. Let's see what happens. All right. So the one that had a headphone, that had the headphone more or less explode in his ear, is unconscious from a blow from one of the other ones. One of the ones that was a bit distracted earlier is now reeling in pain. And one of the ones that was fine is now a bit stunned. So things are progressing nicely, everybody. Hacktivist, it is your turn. There are still 4 lumberjacks up and moving. One does not look great. And one Catman who looks real uncomfortable.
So actually, what Hacktivist? Well, is there any indication to Hacktivist how long they're going to be beating up on each other? Like, does she really understand?
You have not interacted with Aram's powers outside of today.
Yeah. I think that she's happy to let it continue, though, if that's what's going on. And what she's going to do instead is try to, because she had taken everybody's devices and disabled any sort of tracking, she's going to turn the tracking back on her phone that she was given by the VIP lady. Sorry, that's what I think of her. Is it
That's
Stephanie?
fine. Yeah.
Try to turn it on and get like a distress signal out or like a message out.
That's awesome. Okay. I think I just want you to roll plus superior. I'm not going to put a move label on this. I just want you to roll plus superior to kind of determine how successful and how long this is going to take is really what we're going to figure out. Okay. It is going to work because that is a great way to kind of short circuit to get y'all out of this overarching situation. That's great. It might not go through until the end of the fight. Is that what you are going to focus on? Is that your focus now, is getting that signal working and out?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I'm basically going to pull you out of initiative unless you decide you need to react to something, okay? No one has noticed you yet. None of the bad guys know you're there. So you are working on a phone call. All right, Star, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Is the guy still there that I failed to hit?
Yeah, he is the one that got a little bit stunned by one of his buddies. So he is not as just untouched as before, but he is still there.
Can I try again?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Star's the true Stone Striker.
You can't take my name. I'll do some stone striking when I get up in the surface. Don't you worry.
You're getting closer.
I know. Hey, speaking of, can I just like bust through and just make it faster? Just let me know. Think about it.
Well, we'll talk. Okay, you are going to hit him. All right. That is going to basically make him real wobbly. So talk to me about what this looks like.
She hits him with like throws the rock at his head.
All right.
And
Spins him around.
then tries to like jump to another big rock so she can get a better view.
Fantastic. Yeah. So Star leaps out from behind her rock, flings the stone, jumps up onto the nearby boulder, and one of the lumberjacks goes down from a rock to the skull. All right, Aram, it is your turn. Hey, Stone Strike, you are out of the tunnel, and you can pretty clearly hear the sound of fighting happening a little up the hill from you.
Okay.
You can see a smoking tree, but it is Aram's turn.
Hold on. Do I see Stone Strike?
You can. We can roll to see if you see Stone Strike.
All right.
Don't we have earpieces on?
No.
We need earpieces.
Hacktivist gave out earpieces, but Aram wouldn't have one.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Cool.
So do I roll like superior? I'm assuming to assess the situation.
Yes. Yeah. I forgot that Hacktivist gave out earpieces. You are correct.
Cool. I knew I was.
Right? Oh
right.
dear. Nope, I don't see Stone Strike.
Yeah. No, you're real focused on like puppeting these lumberjacks. Cool. Yeah,
So
go ahead.
That does that just end my turn, or do I get to do something else? Or
That's your action.
that's my action. Cool.
Yeah. Well, do you want to keep puppeting them, or do you want to do something else with them?
I was planning on opening a portal while they were distracted underneath them and have them rain onto the cat.
You can push yourself. You're going to take a condition for that, though.
Okay.
If you want to try that.
Wait, no, I just thought something. Can I do it on a cat instead, the reverse? So I can be like, it's raining cats and dogs.
You will still be pushing yourself
Okay.
to use your power like that, but yeah, you
Cool.
sure can.
I'll do it on a cat instead. So I'll portal him underneath. He seems distracted, and then he'll be falling from like 10 feet.
Okay, roll that plus danger, because this is going to be directly engaging a threat this time.
Great. I'll do that. Hopefully it works.
Here's hoping.
Yep, here's hoping.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Oh, damn it.
All right, just missed. It is actually kind of a lot to puppet 5 dudes at
Yeah.
once.
Yeah.
So you reach out, you are not able to quite get it. So I think I'm going to give you a choice between either marking angry or marking insecure. Your choice on that condition. Just let me know which one you want to mark.
Okay.
Let's go with Raphael. It is your turn.
Okay. All right, boys. Second time's a charm. And I'll try to fire again
All right. Plus danger.
at the big cat. Plus danger. 11.
Okay. So tell me what you're doing here. You are basically taking the cat out of the fight. So tell me what happens.
Okay. Hold on, I'm just looking at Okay. So Raphael has been having a rough day so far. I think he's his current issues with his powers are kind of starting to catch up to him a little bit. So in this this one moment of no, this is definitely going to work, he pushes through and just goes for it. It's almost like a sort of anime moment where it's like an overcharge, shoots out, and the bazooka shatters, and the shell just smacks into the cat.
100%.
Fantastic. Going plus ultra on this. Love it. So the cat just gets blown back, like trees are knocked down left and right. The cat is just like flying fire, pushing them away. They hit a rock and just kind of are not dead because this is a comic book and y'all are heroes. So unless y'all specifically want to kill something, you're not killing people. So the cat is out of the fight, and Raphael, you feel pretty good. You feel real good. You feel real good. We'll talk about that later. Next up, though, Stone Strike, you are out. You have been kind of jogging up the beach a little bit towards where all this fighting happens, and you see your buddy Wrath the One come out of the lake and blow a cat man clear out of the fight.
Oh,
and as the smoke kind of clears, you can see 4 more like lumberjacks kind of like squaring off with each other. What do you do?
I'm gonna charge into them like a bowling ball into some pins.
All right.
And I'm going to, just basically, and as I'm running, I'm gonna deactivate the bulb power and go into my original form.
Okay. Are you going to use one of your abilities, or are you going to use one of the basic moves?
Let's see. I've got. I could use the. I feel like I could use the same ability I used on the wall, Unstoppable.
Okay. Roll
smash my
plus-
way through scenery.
Yeah. Roll plus danger.
All right. Yeah. I'm considering them scenery at this point. I'm not really trying to like kill them or anything. I'm just trying to like knock them all down like actual bowling pins. You know, just crash
Sure.
into them. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Y'all have one more team point, and I'll let you use that to pull that up to a partial success.
Nah, I'd like to save it.
Okay. Let's.
So what happens is I rolled a 6 on a miss. I smash through, but I leave devastation in my wake or wind up somewhere worse. GM's choice.
Yep. So let me think about what's happening here. You go just plowing in trees, rocks, everything is flinging out of your way. Unfortunately, this is West Virginia, and this is mine country.
Shit.
And you hit a boulder, bounce off at a weird angle, and go down a hole. It's not super deep. You are not like in the bowels, but you are like 6 feet down in an old mine shaft.
Yeah. Where do the abilities come into play? Like when I chose impenetrable armor and inhuman might, what is that? Just for descriptive purposes?
That's stuff like inhuman might would let you pick up a car. And impenetrable armor means that if they're shooting bullets at you, it's not going to really hurt.
Okay, so if I like fell onto some sharp rocks, it would
you would not
pierce my
notice.
skin.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
They
Okay,
might
that's
even
why
just be added to you.
that's why I was confident enough to just plummet out of that plane at high heights. But
I think if you were high enough and hadn't hit water, you might have been hurt a little bit, but you know.
yeah,
All right. Cool.
I'm
Cool. IDK, your kitty is out of the fight and in a kind of rough way. What is IDK up to?
I want to go heal the kitty.
Okay.
I want to aid the kitty in some like I don't like kind of like Elmira in maybe not that bad, but what was it? Tiny Toons, like cartoon in the 90s,
Yeah.
and she just wanted to love and squeeze and like these poor animals. But like obviously I'm not gonna like abuse this poor kitty with love, but I want to kind of like address its wounds. And like, I mean, if I know anything about Paul Bunyan or very tiny Paul Bunyans, is that they like to dress in women's clothing and hang around in bars.
It's true.
Like what the kitty is more important here.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to say that you're basically going to keep the Catman contained when and if he starts coming around. So you're ensuring that he is out of the fight. All right. Hacktivist is still working on the broadcast. You feel like you've almost got a signal out. Star, there are 3 rather stunned lumberjacks that are kind of on opposite sides of a stone strike shaped furrow in the ground. So what is Star going to do? There are 3 targets left.
She's going to jump to a rock or to a boulder, or like leap to a boulder and then throw another rock, since that worked like
All
the
right.
3rd time she tried.
Perfect. Roll those 2d6 for me. All right. With a 4, that rock is also going to go wide. This has been a chaotic moment, though. Stone Strike just like blew right past you a second ago. Like, there's a lot. There was an explosion behind you. There was a lot going on. We're going to jump to Aram.
A quick question on the angry condition.
Uh-huh.
It says to clear it. It says hurt someone. Does that mean anyone?
It sure does.
So when I'm controlling the shadows, am I technically hurting them?
I think for this, you're going to have to be a little bit more direct about it. Like, you are going to have to be doing the hurting. Remember, you're an angry teen.
Yeah, I'm an angry teen. All right. If that's the case, I'm going to. Okay, I'll do this. I'll literally walk out. And I am going. Actually. No. I have a quick question. So, how thick are the shadows on a forest?
It's still it's like coming up to midday, but there are a lot of trees, so they can kind of be as thick as you need them to in that moment. Like, if you're gonna do like a cool power thing, let's do it.
So, could I create a monster shadow creature that is going to consume them?
Yes. We can make this happen. How do you want this to happen? What are you using to make this happen?
So, I guess shadow control or even magical weapons, right? To make my shadow essentially like potent and attacking.
Okay.
Or are you asking you like what role?
It'll probably I'm trying to see if you had an idea in there for one of your like your moves or anything that you wanted to use.
Not necessarily. I mean,
okay. Then we're just going to go with unleash your power.
Okay.
Yeah, so roll plus freak.
All right. Oh wait, I was already at the page. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So it's gonna be it's a hit. It's not a full success. So I'm gonna let you hit one of them,
Okay.
and you tell me what you're trying to do. You're going to take them out of the fight. One of them is going to be out of the fight. So tell me what you're doing to this person.
So essentially, I hone in, and a large mask essentially appears out of the shadow, forming to a very large monstrous creature, straight out of any children nightmare books that you see.
Okay.
And they're gonna basically jump in with its claws, gonna smash into one of them.
All right.
Like they're douche.
So are you watching? You're seeing all this happen, right? Like are you kind of? Is your perception like in the monster, or are you watching it happen like a puppet?
I'm watching it happen like a essentially a puppet master.
Okay. So what you see, your shadow comes up behind him and like spins him around and just hits him. He's out of the fight, but what you only see, Aram, is split second. There is no more green in his eyes, and you see terror. We're just gonna put a bookmark. We're just gonna put a pin in that. We're just gonna put a pin in that for Aram. We'll talk about that later. What that does to our boy later. All right, Raphael. There are 2 targets left, and you're feeling good.
Nice. Okay. All right, boys, let's keep rocking. I'm gonna. Let's see, I don't use it much. I think I'm gonna just try to use telekinesis to give him a little lift up and then drop. So you want me to roll?
Yeah, that's going to be plus danger.
Okay. Plus danger. Okay. Oh, sorry. 8.
All right, so that's going to be a good hit. One of these guys you're going to take out of the fight. Tell me how you do it.
So, yeah, I think Raph, the one, just kind of stalks closer and lifts him up with his hand out before bringing him back down to smash into his buddy.
All right. So you're going to take that guy out of the fight completely. The last guy is a little uneven, and he kind of like wobbles and lands against a boulder. Stone Strike, down in your little mine hole, you kind of are feeling and hearing all this noise, and you're realizing that when you have your arm against the wall, you can kind of feel where they are a little bit, which is a little new.
I like that.
But you know where this last guy is. You want to try to do anything to him?
Yeah, I want to try and bash my way through the ground, up out of the ground, and into him, and then cover him with rubble.
All right, we're gonna call that unleashing your powers for sure. So roll plus freak for me.
All right. 12 full on.
Okay, that is everything. So you're gonna take him out of the fight for sure. And in this combat, tell me how Stone Strike does it.
Yeah, I just start punching through the wall. Even with my human arm, I still punch with it because my skin's still impenetrable. So it manages to not really do as much as the left arm, but it does something because I'm still really strong. So I start punching my way through almost like a drill, and then just charging through, and then I'll like do an uppercut with my left arm out of the ground and bash into the person, and then land on top of them along with all of the rubble that came out of the ground with me.
Awesome. Love it. Dude is out. Y'all are out of combat. Hacktivist, your signal goes through. You get a basically a like a radio channel, like almost like you're cutting into a FaceTime with Stephanie Villalobos. You can't see who's on the other end, but you definitely know you like cut into a call that was going on.
She adjusts her tablet so that the scene behind her is kind of playing out, even though it's just the aftermath.
You hear the tone of someone else disconnecting real fast, and Stephanie just like swears real bad and just goes, "Where are you?"
Hey, Steph. And I figure that with all of Hacktivist stuff, like at any given time, she knows where they are.
Okay.
GPS wise, right? Like that would just be something she has running.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, she'll give out the coordinates. Like the plane crashed.
I'm sorry. One of my planes crashed?
Well, first of all, that's what you get for going Howl. Okay, their safety features are not up to industry standard.
She just like narrows her eyes and just lets it slide.
But yes, one of your planes crashed. We were on it. We got off. We're all okay, but we're here. We're stuck here.
All right. Stay put. Stay right there on the lake. See what you can do about those people that attacked you. And someone's on their way. They should be there. They should be there very soon, as soon as I can get them on the phone. So huddle up. Keep people contained as much as you can.
Thanks, Steph.
I think IDK might like pop in and because IDK is occasionally, and by occasionally I mean always, listening to on other people's conversations.
Sure.
And asks, how did you know we were on a lake?
I pulled up the coordinates.
Oh. Okay, and I go back to petting the kitty.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Someone's coming. I'm getting him on the phone right now. I'm glad y'all are okay. It'll be real fast.
Okay.
And she disconnects. What do y'all do?
Hacktivist will shout that info out of the tree, like, "Hey, we got a ride. Probably going to be here in a few minutes." Steph says, "Keep them contained and stay together."
Am I still angry?
No. You can remove that condition. You definitely hurt that poor person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, that condition does not apply.
Okay. But you said keep them. But basically, Hacktivist, you said keep them contained, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So they all look immobilized at this point, like just unconscious?
The 5 loggers are like unconscious. None of them seem to have if their eyes are open, none of their eyes seem green anymore. The most conscious of them are just kind of groggy, don't seem to really know what's going on. And it seems like IDK is pretty well keeping the cat contained, even though the cat has not yet regained consciousness.
I'll like release the shadows and stuff.
Okay.
And can I go and like check their bodies to see like what they have, what's going on?
They are just civilians that seems there's nothing strange going on there. The ones of them that had cell phones on them, the cell phones are basically ruined. One of them, the one you hit, is like in the fetal position, just basically like a terrified child after a nightmare.
Okay. I'm gonna. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Star, Raphael, Stone Strike, what are y'all doing?
Are All right. I think Roth will come over and kind of use telekinesis to hopefully bring them closer together, all the Cutsmen, and then construct a cage just to keep them in.
Cool. Absolutely. Stone Strike Star, y'all doing anything?
At this stage, I'm just recovering from all of the busting through walls and stuff, like dusting myself off, trying to basically like regain composure, while also keeping my head on a swivel in case something comes up that I need to defend the group against.
Cool. Star, are you doing anything?
They're all unconscious.
Uh-huh.
And they're in a cage now.
Yep.
What's everyone else doing again?
Let's see. Aram was kind of just making sure they were all right, just kind of checking out the 5 loggers. Raphael is holding the cage together. Stone Strike seems to be like keeping an eye out on the area. IDK is managing the unconscious cat person, and Hacktivist is probably still up in the tree.
Okay. So that's basically it. Can she look around to see if anything else is coming?
Yeah, absolutely. So you take a look around, you kind of walk the perimeter a little bit. You, and then pretty closely after, but your Star is the first one to notice this, a glowing blue-green circle opens up on the shore of the lake, and 4 people step out of it.
Guys, there's a circle on a lake.
What?
She's going to point to it.
And as you do, one of them, in what looks like a superhero costume version of like a very proper British military uniform, but made into a super suit, steps forward and just says, "Young heroes, make yourselves known, please."
Stone Strike, and I'll raise up my stone arm so they see it more easily.
And the 4 of them, the portal closes, and the 4 of them start heading your way.
I'm gonna.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm gonna quickly sneak in my anti-stress pill and gulp them down while drinking a flask.
All right. Absolutely.
I'm gonna fly over with my new pet kitty, and hand them my name tag.
Okay. They just look at it, and the guy who spoke first hands it off to a guy who's wearing some like aviator sunglasses and a long trench coat, and just says, "Traveler, that one's yours." Mm-hmm. And he just steps forward and just sticks out his hand and just says, "Hi, I can't say your name. I'm Traveler. I'm also not from here. Why are you holding that man?"
It's so furry.
Okay.
And I kind of like hold him like a baby a little bit. And I say, this is my sidekick, Qwerty.
Okay. That is definitely a bleeding and unconscious villain. I don't think y'all are quite up to the sidekick part of your training yet. I guess, do you like cat? Do you have like a cat thing? You're not an Alf, are you?
No. Oh no.
Okay,
oh,
good.
No.
Good. Tell you what then.
Well, I guess, but not like that. Not like the TV show. I am an alien life form.
But you don't. You're not.
I don't eat cats.
Oh, good. Good. Okay. So I'll tell you what. How about you give us your cat person friend? We'll take care of them, and I'll make sure that they get you a cat that you can have at your apartment.
But wait, this cat knows who controls the lumberjacks.
We will absolutely look into that. That's part of why we're here. We really just want to get you kids safe. And Crash Site plus villains is not what anyone calls safe.
I hug the kitty closer.
Okay, tell you what.
Which villains are you talking about? I haven't. These are just mooks.
Who
Well,
are you guys anyway?
oh, hi. And the next panel in the comic book is a splash page. It is a one-page splash. The four of them basically all strike heroic poses that in a movie would not really happen except in a split-second freeze frame. And over the four of them is a title, Knights of the Crown. The man in the uniform steps up. I'm sorry?
That Star's just going to look completely unimpressed, like a teenager would.
The man in the uniform will step up to you and just be like, "Yes, I'm Rook. I lead this team. We operate mostly in London, but we have one of the best portal people on the planet, and Ms. Villalobos seemed to think this was a very urgent situation. So we're here." He points to the man in the trench coat and says, "This is Traveler." And then to his other two, one of whom is a robot, and one of whom is a lady in a basically just like kind of it's like a motorcycle jacket over like a superhero suit, and it's all red, various shades of red. And this is my second command, Bolero. We're going to try to kind of Traveler's going to get you all to safety, and then we're going to start securing the scene while some friends of ours from Eon City come over here to figure out what's going on.
We already secured the scene.
Y'all sure seem to handle stuff, and like
Yeah.
in the background of the shot, two more trees go up in flames where the wrecked plane is. It just goes, I don't want you to think that I don't appreciate what you did. Y'all did more in one day than a lot of new heroes do. We're just going to try to stop a forest fire and let y'all go take a nap. He's
Where's my
clearly
snack?
not good with children.
Only if I also get a juice box.
He
I want
looks at
two
the
juice
robot and
boxes.
says, "Quartermaster, are there juice boxes? Did we bring juice?" And Traveler is just like laughing. He is trying very hard to not burst out in laughter at this.
Sorry.
No, this is great.
I want a cookie.
Okay. How does Stephanie put up with y'all? I don't know. Anyway, Bolero, will you go help the young man who's doing the cage? And Quartermaster, will you go see about the plane? And the robot man just walks across the water over across the lake towards the plane wreck. Raphael, a young British lady in all red, walks up to you and just goes, You doing all right?
What's up? Kind of tired.
I bet that's probably takes a lot of energy.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
Tell you what, why don't I? And she like just puts her hand on your shoulder, and she says, "Why don't I take over doing this for you? And you can go down there with your friends and sit down for a second, all right?"
Absolutely.
As soon as you say yes to that, along kind of the energy field that was forming your cage, this red kind of lightning-ish energy kind of swirls around, and she says, "All right, you can let go now. I got him."
I release it.
Your energy falls away, and hers is just holding them in a cage.
Wrathical.
You know that.
I'm going to my character at certain points during when these NPCs were talking made like subtle kind of timid attempts to interrupt them in order to tell them about the woman he encountered down at the bottom of the lake, but then he thinks about, or at least this could be all in his head, but he kind of perceives the way that some of these people are looking at him as kind of staring at him and judging him. So he actually kind of stops himself and then sort of walks off from the group and then transforms into a more normal looking form and tries not to bring any attention to it.
Cool. All right. Anyone else want to do anything to interact with these folks before y'all go home? Aaron, what you got?
Can I notice Leyland doing that?
You can sure roll plus superior for me and find out if you do.
All right.
I don't imagine it would be hard. I probably just walked over next to a tree while everyone was talking.
Okay. Yes. You very clearly noticed that.
All right. I'll walk over to him.
Oh, hey, man.
So
Hey, how's it
you
going?
actually shed into a metalhead.
What? That's pretty funny. Yeah, I picked up this ability while we were at camp. I realized I could do it. It's pretty handy.
What happened to you at the lake? I heard from others that you can't swim.
Oh, I fell down there and I got stuck in some mud, climbed my way out. I might not be able to swim, but I can hold my breath for a while. But I managed to found like a tunnel that led up into the ground and found a pocket of air and just sort of burst my way out, you know?
Do I notice that like he has like new accessories, including
Probably do. I have like a rebreather on my belt. Like that probably wasn't there before, but
I don't honestly know if you would.
Okay.
I think everyone else will probably notice once things calm down, which is a situation we'll probably deal with next episode.
okay.
But
Yeah.
right now, like maybe the rebreather catches your eye, but I don't know if you would immediately go like he can't swim. Maybe they
Right.
gave it to him at camp. Like
Right.
I feel like you could probably rationalize that away.
Yeah,
No one else
yeah.
would probably have an issue. But
Yeah.
good question. Anyone else want to do anything before the Knights of the Crown send y'all home?
Also,
Go
go ahead.
No, I kind of want to ask Stone Strike, and I would phrase it like this: why do you look so freakish? Given that I have only known Stone Strike to have like the big arm, and now it's not there, and now I
can
think you look deformed.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. No, this is I can alter my form, you know, and I'm just gonna change back, I guess, and cat's out of the bag. So just change back and
No, the cat's not in the bag at all. I think. Am I still holding the cat?
that was out of character.
I think for the comedy of it, behind you as this panel is happening, Traveler is 100% stuffing this cat villain into a containment bag and throwing him through a portal.
Well, the cat's in that bag.
Oh dear.
But it's definitely something that IDK did not notice, mainly because it's less funny that if you did notice.
But I basically just go back to my original form and then transform back to my more suitable or to my more acceptable form.
Huh. So is this the first time you also seen this form from him?
So in D&D terms, I feel like I would want to do an insight check to see if I can tell if Stone Strike is lying based on my I feel like as a character I'd be way too overpowered if I could just like hear Stone Strike's thoughts and know that he's lying. So I don't know if there's any way to like make that fair.
I would say because it's part of the drama of the situation, and there's so much chaos going around right now. Plus, they just took your cat and they promised you a cat, but you haven't been given a new cat yet. You
Oh,
might
no.
be a little too distracted to really worry about Stone Strike's honesty. Like, sometimes people just change.
I feel like I might know that he's lying, but I might not press the issue
Or
because
maybe
I'm
even
upset.
maybe not even comprehend why he's lying about it might be a
Right.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that works.
yeah.
I am called transformed. Okay, like it's a thing I do.
It's in past tense. You're not transforming.
I could change it. That's just a few letters.
All right. Anybody else want to do anything to interact with the crew? Yeah, Raphael.
What's the name of the British woman?
The man or the woman?
The British hero.
Both
Was she
the man and
British?
the woman
Am I
are
wrong?
British.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wrong. The woman.
The woman
who
is
took over
Bolero.
Paige duty. Bolero, is that the hero name?
Their hero name is Bolero. They did not share with you any other name.
Yeah. I'm just making sure because I want to mark it down.
Okay.
Also, would I have known anything about the Knights because of my superhero legacy or no?
Probably not. Not too
Okay.
much. Probably the only thing you know is that there's an American hero, a speedster that operates with them sometimes,
Okay.
but that's about it.
Okay.
They typically really do just work in London.
Well, at least they call someone from London, not my dad. All right.
Yep.
I think Star would follow one of them and like ask questions until they got sick of her.
Just for the comedy's sake, that's going to be kind of their leader, Rook, who does not know how to deal with young people at all, and that's hilarious to me. Drive my poor son into the dirt. I love it. Yeah, eventually he just goes, okay, y'all seem like y'all have had a breather. Traveler, portal to Eon City, please. And let's get these brave heroes home.
Thank you.
Did she get her a cookie and juice box? Well, 2 juice boxes.
I'm sure it's waiting for y'all.
Well, can I have it now?
I don't have any.
You promised them.
He pulls out a cell phone, pushes a few numbers, and just goes, Stephanie, we need a cookie and 2 juice boxes waiting
She
at
wanted
the
a juice
apartment.
box. She wanted a
3
juice box
juice
too.
boxes.
Four juice
I want
boxes.
ravioli.
5.
Have food waiting for these kids. Go.
What about her cat?
I hate kids.
What about the cat?
Oh, I
Traveler
like
made that
too,
promise.
but not to eat.
Traveler will deal with that promise. And the portal opens up behind him, and Traveler's just like dying. He is on the ground, like just holding his stomach. He's just like, this is the best day ever. Love all of you kids. Y'all are great.
Thank you, Rook. You know, you remind me a lot like my dad, and I just walk in.
You hear like behind you, like Rook looks at Bolero and just goes, Isn't Aramis a very respected hero? And Bolero just looks at him and just goes, shut up. Just shut up, boss. Go do something with Quartermaster.
Star's just gonna laugh and walk through.
So Star walks through, Aaron walked through. Rest of y'all going?
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course.
Hagfist walks through like face and phone. Like she doesn't even look up. I
Perfect.
feel like I've done this before.
Yeah, whereas like contrasting to that, my character's scared shitless trying to go through and worried he's gonna come out on the other end looking like something else.
Raph does go through, but he lingers for a bit, kind of just looking back at where the cat was smacked into a boulder, and just takes a moment to kind of think about it for a second before passing through.
Are you live streaming what it's like to go through a portal? Because that would be cool.
Usually he would be, but in this moment, his mind is elsewhere.
Oh, that's a take. I like
Fair.
that.
All
Trying
right.
to take in the real world a bit. I see.
So, as y'all all walk through the portal, y'all come out on a balcony underneath a giant clock face of a clock tower. Spread out before you is Eon City. It is a shining town. Y'all are looking out towards the Atlantic Ocean. You see some boats moving in and out of the harbor area. It all looks incredibly picturesque, and a person in full armor, like Iron Man power suit armor. The helmet looks vaguely wolf shaped, drops out of the sky in front of y'all. The helmet opens up, and Stephanie Villalobos says, "My name's Romulus. Welcome to Eon City, heroes." All 6 of you know that Romulus has been an active hero since World War II and is basically one of the big 3 of this world.
Cool.
And they are apparently your guardian this semester. And that is where we're going to
Oh, hi,
wrap up
Steph.
this epised.
Cool.
All right. We are
Yay.
going to do our outro questions real quick here. So we're going to start with Stace and go the opposite direction we did with the intro stuff. What was your favorite part? Where can we find you next? And anything you'd like to share?
Man, my favorite part was on the plane and then also on the ground when the team kind of acted together. Because I think that's the most exciting part of this game for me looking forward is like when we become a superhero team. Also, the reveal at the end, awesome and amazing. Yeah, you can find me next. Well, you can always find me on Twitter at Stace Window, and you can find my podcast. It releases every Wednesday. It's a weekly Numenera actual play podcast called Explorers Wanted. You can check it out at explorerswanted.fm, and that's all I got.
Fantastic. Leland.
Everyone, I'm Leland. What was the first question? Sorry. I forget this every time.
What was your favorite
Yeah.
part? Where can we find you next? And what would you like to share?
Okay, cool. I'll go. I just like to go in order, and I always forget which order the 3 questions are in. My favorite part, well, the role play session with me and the really angry water based Poison Ivy. And then I don't know if she's water based, but that's where I met her. But anyway, and also just basically just getting to hear what everyone's doing during downtime is always like, because when I GM, that's something I do a lot is like I'll ask people like if they're traveling, I'll be like, all right, so what'd you do for a couple hours while you were traveling, and it was no combat or whatever. So I like to kind of just like to do that sort of thing. So that's always cool to hear what people do, like, or what they think their character would do during downtime when they're not, being a hero or whatever. So I like that stuff. You can find me next. Where can you find me next? Here, I guess. Here on Friday. I think that's it. I'm not really doing much this season. Yeah, so here, and then the following Friday, so not next Friday, but the one after, we'll be playing our Divinity Original Sin role-playing playthrough on twitch.tv/AttackTrick, ATTACKRIK. I'm not on Twitch, so I can't type that in there. But anyway, I think Raven knows it. Maybe she can throw it in there. But anyway, we just did our first session of it today. We made characters and played through like the little intro part on the boat. It's super fun. We stayed in character probably like 70 or 80% of the time. So if you want to see a cool turn-based like D&D style video game get played like mostly in character by three nerds with good role-playing chemistry, then come check it out. It's on Fridays bi-weekly before this at 2 p.m. Central.
Awesome.
And the last thing was just anything else I want to mention, and I'll just say that as always, had a good time, like the crew, and I'm really excited to see the group dynamic come into play. Kind of reinforce what Stace was saying. It's just always gonna be super cool, literally. Especially when we see our powers work together and we end up doing combos without realizing it.
Awesome.
I got combo planes.
All right,
Me
Kat.
too.
I'm a cat. Cat named Schrodinger, or Cat and Schrodinger in most places. Not doing much of anything else other than this, so you can catch me again, same time, same mask time, same IDK time, same IDK channel. Yeah, my favorite part was probably the kitty. Also, I really liked kind of just like that moment where, the vehicle could keep going and I didn't have to. And it could just be like very cartoonish. I love like these really cartoonish like moments that we get to have. And that's a lot of fun. That's favorite part, who I am, and where you can find me next. That's all the things, yes?
Yep. All right.
Hey, finger guns.
Nailed it.
Brian.
Hi. My name is Brian. I also go by Inspirit on Discord, but also A Stray Persona on my other social medias. My favorite part is, I have to agree with actually Stace here. Like both the plane and the ground, the team fight. Specifically the plane, because it's so funny and interesting to see how everyone their characters interact with the situation, right? So like there's like the plane is crashing, what are you gonna do? And then not everyone jump into the plural, someone else like jumps out, someone else flies. It's pretty hilarious. That was very hilarious.
Definitely.
And then the team fight also, to see how everyone tries out their superpowers and how it will eventually interweave and interact eventually in the end. It's really awesome. And just testing the limits of this world, really.
Very cool. All right, Lance.
Hi. I am Par. My favorite moment today was, I think, the talk with Stone Strike and the Zet Wogan under the sea. Evil Ariel.
Under the sea.
Ursula, Lake Ursula.
I liked it. Excited to see where that goes.
Me too.
You can find me next on this channel for both Friday games. And you can find me on Twitter at LTALIG, where hopefully I will have some writing put out soon. We'll see though.
Awesome. And Nikki.
My favorite part, I actually liked how annoyed Star made the British people. And I also kind of just liked how you could see how the team is coming together. And I think my other game on this channel is Wednesday. I think my brain's not working today. And I forgot what was the other one.
Anything else you want to share?
Oh, no,
Okay.
just have a great week, everybody.
Awesome. I am Matt. Y'all can find me at Matt Hoadley on Twitter. I'm also on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings at 10 a.m. Central Time on Jam Game Streams, where I mostly play video games. On Fridays, I kind of do a little bit of a post-mortem on the previous week's happenings on this campaign and talk about how I build campaigns and TTRPG games. And we're kind of slowly also building like a Star Wars game that was inspired on that chat this last week. So I do have a podcast called Hard Reboot. The next an episode dropped last week, and another one will be dropping at the start of October. You can catch me there. My favorite part was how much y'all embraced what your characters can do. And I loved watching y'all unleash yourselves this early on. I cannot wait to see how y'all grow and develop these characters. I'll tell y'all straight up, a bunch of stuff that happened in this episode is going to have some repercussions on people going down the line. So good times. Lots of fun stuff is going to be happening. Next time on School Days, our super teens get a tour of their new home city, and it'll be perfectly fine and safe, and everyone will get churros, and nothing bad will happen.
Do I get a cat?
Promise. Yes, you're going to get a cat.
I want 2 churros.
If you can save the churro stand, they'll probably give you as many churros as you want. Thank y'all, everybody, for coming and watching tonight. This has been a ton of fun, and we will see you next week here.
Fantastic. That was wonderful. Thank you all so much. That was a lot of fun to watch. Sorry to anybody on the cast that I just gave a heart attack to thinking we were dead air. I forgot Zoom was muted. But yeah, we're going to go on a raid, and we're going to go raid Nerdsmith. Those folks over there are fantastic. Currently, they're doing some Twitch streams, which is pretty cool. But they've got a really good community over there, so definitely give them a follow if you're not doing so already. And then be sure to head back here. Let's see, today is Friday, so tomorrow at 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, that's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern for Animus Absentus. It's a sci-fi show where the crew of the ship has lost the memories of who they were in the past. We're in season 2, so they've reclaimed a lot of the information just by experience and research, but they still don't have their memories. And it's been really interesting. There's been a good bit of inter-crew drama, as you can imagine, from that. It's really starting to get interesting this season. So definitely check that out. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then, yeah, we got a raid cry here, which I grabbed from Leland's character. So, hey, I'm transformed. Thank you. Feel free to copy that out of chat. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.